One of the best things about PC gaming is the mods. Some of them are massive projects that generate lots of excitement and lots of crushing disappointment when they get cancelled by lawyers.
This week, a mod which aims to recreate Bethesda's Fallout 3 in the newer Fallout 4 engine was cancelled. The Capital Wasteland mod was being developed by the Road to Liberty team, and it was coming along really well, actually managing to reach the pre-alpha stage of development. As of January 2018, the development team estimated they had recreated about 40% of Fallout 3, and they were making tremendous progress. According to the team, their next task was to recreate the quests, dialogue, and NPCs which populate Fallout 3's world. Everything seemed to be right on track.
But an unforeseen legal complication with voice acting has meant the mod has had to be canned. In a statement on the team's blog page, project lead NafNaf_95 announced the Capital Wasteland mod was being put on indefinite hold. NafNaf wrote, "Recently we have communicated with Bethesda regarding our planned method to implement the voice acting and other audio from Fallout 3 into the Capital Wasteland. During this conversation it became clear our planned approach would raise some serious red flags. After some thought, it appears there is no fully legal way for us to continue developing the Fallout 3 in Fallout 4 portion of the Capital Wasteland."
Now, the statement doesn't close the door completely on the mod's hopes for the future. Quote, "If at any point in the future it becomes fully legal for us to continue working with the blessing of Bethesda and ZeniMax, we will. I'm sorry we couldn't accomplish our dream."
You know what happened here, right? It was Bethesda was like, "Oh, what are you doing? You're making a mod? Hang on a minute. You know, ZeniMax. You know, we work for ZeniMax, right? I wouldn't do that if I were you because they're hungry for blood. This pack of dogs that we can set on you. So why don't you just stop doing what you're doing and be a good boy," kind of thing. It seems to me like that's what happened. ZeniMax, just chomping at the bit, ready to sue the out of people, aren't they? I mean, I think the moral of the story here is don't recreate a whole fucking game.
Yeah.
Don't put so much effort into something that just check out the legal grounding, or just keep it really, really quiet and just release it on the sly.
It was actually all around the voice acting as well. So they made the game, they were using the kind of similar looking assets, and they'd recreated what the world looks like, and that seemed to be alright. But then you bring voice acting in it, and then Fallout 3, I don't know if you remember, it had a lot of iconic voices in there. It had Liam Neeson, it had Malcolm McDowell and stuff, and it had a lot of voices. And then they wanted to bring that into the recreation because that was such a key part of the personality of the game and what brought the game to life. They could still redo the voice acting with other voice actors and try and imitate it or something, but they just didn't want to do that because it loses so much of the personality of the game, so they've decided not to do it completely. All of this is about voice acting, and I think that's pretty weird that they were allowed to do so many things except for the voice acting and some sounds. That was where the cobweb just gets a little bit too complicated.
So this was a pretty depressing story, and we had a look at some other cases of where mods were cancelled heartbreakingly before their time. Back in April 2017, a mod which attempted to port Red Dead Redemption's world into GTA 5 was shut down by Rockstar after 3 years of development. Red Dead Redemption 5, as the mod was called, got a lot of attention, and Red Dead fans were eagerly anticipating its arrival thanks to a nice trailer and screenshots. However, not long after said trailer released, Rockstar took swift action and pulled it from YouTube before shutting down the project entirely. Developer Mr. Leisurewear said the team were contacted by Take-Two and informed they had to stop all work on the project or face legal action.
Definitely something to do with the fact that Red Dead Redemption 2 was around the corner, and that's coming out this year, so they couldn't have a high fidelity Red Dead Redemption almost remake, or at least the world existing in the GTA 5 engine, because that'd be just a little bit too close for comfort, I guess, for them, and then they just couldn't let it happen, which is a damn shame because it looked awesome. And back in January 2016, a fan remake of Metal Gear Solid was announced under the name Shadow Moses. Shadow Moses was being developed using the Unreal 4 engine, and it was all looking very nice. However, production ground to a halt when Metal Gear publisher Konami stepped in and shut it down. Developer Iram Hernandez said the team knew sooner or later they would have to get Konami's permission, and they were always open about the game from the start. A month later though, the Shadow Moses team returned with a fan-made virtual Metal Gear museum, which actually featured voice acting from Solid Snake himself, David Hayter. That's a really good little victory. Despite the fact that their initial project got shut down, they still managed to make this loving museum featuring David Hayter, who, by the way, is definitely the voice of Snake. I mean, what's the point of getting flipping that guy from 24? What's his name? Kiefer Sutherland.
Yeah.
Getting Kiefer Sutherland in there. I mean, Jesus. What are you doing? What a cool little story. So it shows that these people are very talented. If a month after their mod project shut down, they were able to make a fan-made museum. Cool.
Square Enix's Just Cause series has been incredibly popular with modders in recent years. And one thing missing from the Just Cause series is a multiplayer component. That is, until a team developed a multiplayer mod for Just Cause 2. JC2MP was incredibly successful and even received official endorsement from Just Cause developers Avalanche Studios. Fast forward a few years later to Just Cause 3, and the JCMP2 team decided to make another multiplayer mod, but for that game. However, soon after he started work on it, lead developer Cameron Foote announced the JC3MP mod had been cancelled, but it wasn't because of any threatened legal action or anything like that. Rather, Foote was hired by Avalanche Studios. He said because he's now officially a member of the Just Cause development team, he no longer had the time to develop the mod and it had to be canned. This is a good news story, right? This is a modder who, assumingly does it in his spare time, turning it into a full-time profession. Obviously, they recognise the talent from when he did the JC2 multiplayer mod. They didn't have a multiplayer component in that game, and so they were like, that's f***ing good, isn't it? Why don't you come and work for us? And that's what happened. Fair play to him.
He had official endorsement for that mod as well, so they'd obviously seen it at the time and gone, my god, that's really good. Maybe even thinking, we could have done that ourselves.
We should have done
Maybe let's hire this guy and do it for us. I mean, what a great ending to, it's a bit of a bummer for everyone who wanted to multiplayer mod for Just Cause 3, but for that guy, it's great.
He deserves it though.
Definitely.
Modders don't get enough credit, and he deserved that.
And finally, back in 2016, developer Frontwire Studios announced they would be remaking the cancelled Battlefront 3, calling it Star Wars Galaxy in Turmoil. The original Battlefront 3 was cancelled in 2008, but footage of a work-in-progress version leaked online. Frontwire saw this footage and decided they would take a shot at making a game true to the original vision of Battlefront 3. Frontwire's project was generating a lot of buzz, and the team even managed to secure a distribution deal with Valve to release the game on Steam. But it is that deal which attracted the attention of EA and Lucasfilm. In August 2016, Frontwire Studios announced they would be scrapping Star Wars Galaxy in Turmoil after legal pressure from EA and Lucasfilm. But in a happy twist, the team have since reworked the project to remove any mention of Star Wars. It's now just called Galaxy in Turmoil, and there's a demo supposedly coming soon. I mean, how great is that? It's like, fine, we'll just take all the Star Wars out of our Star Wars game. What are you going to do about that? It's just a cool space shooting game now. Smart move, very smart move.
Yeah, it makes a lot of sense. All the best to him. I hope they do well with that game. I'll probably check it out.
The original leaked footage of Battlefront 3, it looked so good. It looked so much better than what we got with Star Wars Battlefront and Battlefront 2 and last year in 2015. It had like a guy starting off in space in a spaceship and coming down into orbit, and then there's a multiplayer match taking place on the surface, and he's there's two kind of layers to this. There's a space battle and land battle happening at the same time. Really ambitious stuff, right? And it's just nothing of that scale, if you ask me, in the newer Battlefront games.
Too ambitious for EA, for sure.
Yeah, too good. Well, that's too fun. No, can't have that.
Talking of too much fun, let's take a look at what you guys have been commenting on our videos this week.
I'm jealous of Mike's beard. What the beard? Semicolon, I think, 2 spaces, he should shave it. So Garth, who's Garth, won't look so jealous, spelled wrong. He's not getting that one. Commenting on last week's Saturday show, Anti-Klaus Prime says, I honestly expected Mike to die when it came to Mrs. Doubtfire. That was a special moment. I think we can all agree the Mrs. Doubtfire effect needs to be in the dictionary.
Yeah, it's a real thing. It's a phenomenon as well.
Possibly needs to be the subject of scientific study also.
Yeah, I would say.
Get some research papers drawn up, because I know exactly what you mean, and I didn't experience that Mrs. Doubtfire effect personally. But
wouldn't expect too much from the papers though, because if you get your expectation high, you're likely to suffer from the Mrs. Doubtfire effect again.
It works. It works.
It does work. Freddie Quintero comments, Gareth doesn't like Bloodborne. He was also pretty reluctant to play The Witcher 3. Hey Gareth, is there any good game you actually like? Listen Freddie, f*** you.
And Vitatic Dad says, I want to believe that Mike's imaginary words are real. Nice shirt, Jake. Get a dictionary, Mike.
This is, of course, in reference to Mike using YouTube Videoable in a video without skipping a beat and just carrying on. YouTube Videoable.
Yeah, well, here's how it works, right? I don't make words up. Once I say the word, it's then a word. It enters reality and everyone's free to use it.
Isn't that the same as making up?
No, it's very different because it makes absolute sense. YouTube Videoable, you know exactly what I mean. You know, what do I mean with YouTube Videoable? If you can't figure it out,
please tell us.
I think you're the person who needs a dictionary. How about that for a comeback? Sick.
Next up, RC83 says, I had a red ring of death after a Nando's.
Read another one.
Yeah.
Actually, let's just leave it there.
There you go, a compilation of broken dreams. Let us know, were you excited for any mods that got cancelled, or what is your favourite mod in general? Let us know down in the comments below. Like the video if you've enjoyed it. Subscribe if you're new around here. Check out some more of our content on YouTube. And if you want to support what we do, there's a Patreon link right there. We'll see you again in the next video. Until then, bye for now.